Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee, and this is where I like to talk about all things knitting. My name is Jenny Lee, and this is episode 31. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. Today is Sunday, February 25th, and it is a sunny 46 degrees here in Southwest Wyoming. So let's talk about everything that I've been knitting on this week. I'd like to start out with what I am wearing. This is the Autumn League Pullover by Two of Wands. It's got this nice little X detail. It's like a nice comfy sweatshirt. I knit this out of the Lion brand Cozy Cotton, and I think this was the Cloud 9 color. I will have all of the things linked below in the description box. If you hit more, it'll show you all of the things with all of the links. And so let's talk about everything that I have finished. So the first thing I finished are my Felici socks for February. I've decided to make a pair of Felici socks for every month of the 2024 year. So this is my second pair. I used the Space Disco color for these ones. And then I had some leftover yarn. This is a ridiculous yarn in the color Crazy Tuesday. I had knit my mom a pair of socks with these. And so I have both of them finished. I did the vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars. I cast on 56 stitches for the cuff. Excuse me. And I did a knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for 20 rounds. And then I did about 70 rounds for the leg, put in my heel, and then finished off with a contrast toe. So that was the first thing I got finished. I finished these on Friday. I finished these Friday night. And then I did finish, maybe I finished these Saturday. I had a Zoom class on Saturday. I'm doing the letters training, and so I was knitting on those a little bit during the class. And then my second finished object are these socks. These are the Morning Coffee Socks by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady, and I used Sinful yarn in the color Tropical Sunset. These are a gift. So I cast on 64 stitches, did 2x2 for the cuff for 20 rounds, and then went right into the Morning Coffee Socks pattern. It has you do 11 repeats, and then the heel, and then the recipient didn't want any contrasting yarn, and so these are finished, ready to be gifted on Monday. So I powered through those this week. Then I did work on, during my class, we'll move into works in progress now. During my class I did work on just a plain garter stitch blanket. This is the Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly of a Homespun House, and I am using some minis that I got from Yarn Cafe Creation last year. She had a sale where you could get 10 20-gram minis, I think for $30, and she is doing that again this year. They're mystery minis. You just pick how many packs you want. I got 3 packs last year, so I got 30 minis. And I made my own advent calendar. I just had these little bags, and so I put all of them in there, and then I put them away for December, and I forgot what color each of them were. And so I've been making this blanket for my daughter. Let's see if we hold it this way. So this was color number 1, and I will have all of the colors on my Ravelry project page for this. And I'm holding it with a Knit Picks Bare Glimmer. You might be able to see the sparkle on that. And some of these do have, this one does have sparkle in it. So some sections are more sparkly than others. But I was right here last time I showed it. So during our class, I did do a few rows. It's not just a class where you sit and listen, you have to actively participate. So I was typing and working in a breakout group with some of my colleagues, and so I did that. The class is about three hours long. We chose to do it Saturday mornings from like 8 to 11. So I get to pick a project every Saturday morning to keep my hands busy while I'm listening. And then the next thing I worked on was my Ruska cardigan by Opie. Last time I was still working on the bottom. I have since finished the bottom and one whole sleeve. So you could make this long enough that you could fold it. One thing I did notice while I was doing this is a 1x1 knit or ribbed cuff, and usually my 1x1 ribbing is not that neat. So as I was doing it, I was pulling, and it seemed to make the ribbing just a little bit nicer in some spots. So I'm hoping with blocking, some of these more wonky bits will end up looking more like this, because they all looked like this section before, and then after I started pulling on it, they started looking like this. So I decided to do the fold over cuff because it said knit 2.5 inches and then do the tubular bind off, and when I checked I was at like 3 1/4. So I decided just to do the 4-inch cuff so I didn't have to rip back. But I did get this second sleeve going. I'm using my twice sheared sheep row counter. I think I want to get some more of these. These are so nice to count your rows. You just put your row counter at the beginning of the row, and then this means I'm on row 3. This one would be row 1, so it's the one that's right underneath your needle. and I have to get, this is my 4th repeat, and you do so many rows, then you do your decrease, and I have to repeat that 12 times, I think. And so I'm keeping track. I'm on the 4th repeat of that. This is a cute little dragon. We'll focus on the dragon and not my face. And my little dragon stitch stoppers. So, I did kind of put this on pause. I got this done Friday night and started on this one. And I thought, ooh, if I get this done before Sunday, it will be blocking and I will not be able to show it on my channel. So I stopped, put it on pause, picked up my socks so I could work on those, and so now I'm hoping to get this finished today or tomorrow, get it blocked, because it's kind of scrunched up, but the back is all garter stitch, so when you block it, it will really stretch out, and I think it will be a nice, comfy, cozy thing to wear. I will probably be wearing this next Sunday for next week's episode. And then I had these socks left to finish Saturday night after my class. I worked on them a little bit. But I sat them down and I had them up here with me, and I was working, looking at all the yarn behind me, working on these, and I sat them down and was looking through my yarn stash and my Ravelry page and all of my patterns, and I grabbed some yarn. I had picked up some Big Twist from Joanne last time I was there. It's got nice, fun little tweedy bits in there, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do the Weekender in this. I cast on, and I didn't cast on. I looked at the gauge. I looked at the gauge on this right here. I was looking at that part, and I was like, well, I don't know. I think that yarn's going to be a little too bulky. I was like, oh, I have my Knit Stars pattern that I got from Two of Wands. It's the Hawthorne Pullover. Oh, the Hawthorne Turtleneck. Let's see. By Two of Wands. It's a Knit Stars exclusive. It was in their season 8. I think that's what season we're on. Season 8 patterns, and it calls for a worsted weight yarn, and I was like, oh, this is a 4. That's worsted weight, right? So I looked it up, and I grabbed this yarn, Uh-oh. What did I do with it? Okay. I grabbed it and cast on and started making the back neck. And I thought, you're not going to be able to see the texture on this. I don't think I want to do that. So I ripped it out, took it off the needles, and threw it in the corner. And grabbed my upcycle alpaca that I got. It says worsted weight, and this is the sage color. It's a nice green gray with some blues, and I did I looked at the swatch. It said 17 stitches over 4 inches, so I cast on 42 and started my swatch and knit about 8 rows, 10 rows, and measured it and said, okay, yep, that's good. And cast on the back. So I've got the back on hold. I've got the left front on hold, and I'm working on the right front. I think I only have maybe 8 more rows right here to get to the same spot, maybe less. Then you cast on some stitches for the front, knit down to here, join in the round, and I am loving how soft this is, how drapey it is. I think this is going to be a nice pullover sweater. I've knit 3 of these. I knit 1, 2, 3, at least 3 of the Winter League pullovers in the bulky weight. They're exactly like this, but bulky. And I was like, I like her patterns. I'm going to just cast on. Just do it. You can see where I picked up my stitches. And so I really want to work on this one also. I've got my other dragon stitch stoppers on here. So yeah, I was putting off working on these socks, so I cast on a new sweater. I think I'm really at that point where I'm like, I have all of this, all of that yarn, well, that whole shelf, except for these 3 are designated sweater quantities. That's a sweater quantity, that's a sweater quantity. These are just some palette, and then I just picked up these ones that I'll show you in just a minute, that are all sweater quantities. I really want to get some more sweaters finished. I've been working on socks for so long. I want some more things for me, some sweaters, some bigger items. So I still have 2 more pairs of socks that I want to make before May, before school gets out. I want to make a pair of socks for my mom and a pair of socks for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. So I will be working on those along with my monthly Felici socks. I haven't decided on next month. let's see. I think it's down to these two colors. This one is Gone Fishing, so it's got lots of greens in there. And then this one is Lassie. I might do this one for April, for spring, for Easter, and this one for March. So I'll probably do this one for March. So you'll see that next time. It will probably be cast on. I don't know if I have any other greens. I don't think so. So this one will be March, and this one will probably be April. These were both from the summer of 2022, and I just ordered a whole bunch of mohair. I ordered some Aloft in the Labyrinth color. This one was on sale. It's more of a like a sea green, like a bluey green. I thought maybe when I was looking at it, and it was nighttime on my phone, with the yellow to block out the blue light, and so I thought this was like a really dark green. I thought it would go with, let's see, I haven't mailed this off yet, but I thought it would go with this, but now that it's here, I don't really think it will. This is more of a yellowy green, and this is more of a blue green, because I ordered 5 more of these to do a sweater. So I thought I could hold it together with this and do the Mayberry cardigan. But now I don't think I will. I might find something else to hold this with. So I got 9 balls of this, and then I got some Knit I Dye pink mohair to hold with my Knitting After Midnight yarn for another love note. So I really want to cast this one on. So I want to get my Ruska cardigan done, finish the Hawthorne turtleneck, cast on this one. One of our viewers was watching and said that she was making the birch pullover, and I went and looked at that, and now I want to make one of those. I have green yarn and gray yarn that I could use for that. The pink one is for a bulky turtleneck sweater. It's in the Wonder Fluff, so it's going to be really, really fluffy. And the sweater that I picked out to knit this one was actually knit in the Wonder Fluff, so I want to make that one. I have all the yarn for that. I'm thinking this one I want to do another Tulsa tee, because this is, let's see, alpaca, linen, viscose, and tweed. So 30% alpaca, 30% linen, 25% viscose from bamboo, and 15% tweed. So I want to do Tulsa tee in this one. I think this one would be good for the spring and summer. So I'm kind of at that point where just cast it on or it won't ever get worked on. And then I think, no, you got to get something finished. You got to finish these things first, and then you can cast on. And then I see all the yarn up here, and I'm like, just cast it on or it'll never get worked on. Just do it now. put it in a bag, cast it on, and then you can work on it whenever you want. So I don't know. I think I want to get some stuff in bags, get some stuff ready to go, and we'll see what happens next week. Will I have my Ruska cardigan done, or will I cast on 5 more things? Who knows? But until then, happy knitting!